Some elective surgery patients are learning the questions they should ask after it's already too late. The terms plastic and cosmetic surgery are often used interchangeably, yet they're two very different medical procedures.
This overlap in terminology can lead to confusion and, in some cases, misinformation for patients. WHO 13's Lindsay Burrell turned to a local surgeon to clear up the confusion.
You've had this treatment before.
Elective aesthetic surgery is on the rise, with millions of Americans opting for procedures each year, and the numbers show no sign of slowing down.
And it used to be, people think of this as an East Coast or West Coast thing, but yeah, it's everywhere.
As the procedures become more common, the demand increases, meaning more providers are entering the market to capitalize on the growing interest.
This is a growing industry, and sometimes that means you do get some people into the industry that maybe don't belong there.
That's why Dr. Carlisle of Cook & Carlisle Plastic Surgery and Spa in West Des Moines says in today's aesthetic marketplace, being an educated consumer isn't optional, it's essential.
The American Society for Plastic Surgeons has been trying to educate the public for the last 20 years about the Cosmetic Surgery Board, not necessarily, again, to talk bad about anybody in particular, but just to say, here's the difference in training. And again, that doesn't mean there aren't any good cosmetic surgeons. You just have to do your homework.
That means understanding the distinction between cosmetic and plastic surgeons and knowing what various certifications actually represent when evaluating providers.
There are cosmetic surgeons who will not and really can't call themselves plastic surgeons because they didn't do plastic surgery training and they're not board certified by the plastic surgery boards. They have their own cosmetic surgery certification.
The main boards are overseen by the American Board of Medical Specialties and the American Osteopathic Association, and includes both plastic and facial plastic surgery, with the Cosmetic Surgery Board being a separate independent board.
You're basically meeting that board's standards, and so I can make my own medical board if I want to. This is something very independent from licensure. So boards of certification are voluntary. You don't have to have a board certification to be a licensed doctor.
That's why Dr. Carlisle says anyone considering aesthetic surgery should look for a surgeon with clear before and after results and solid patient reviews.
You have to trust your surgeon, you know? And again, much of that is that one-on-one interaction, and much of that is, again, reviewing reviews and looking at before and afters, but it's that gut feeling of meeting with them, communicating, seeing if you're on the same page, and I think that's one of the biggest goals.
And that the provider has the skills and experience to address any complications that may occur post-op.
Yeah, and these are low percentage issues, but no surgery is risk-free. That's what those high standards of the American Board of Medical Specialties and the American Osteopathic Association hold their physicians to, is knowing how to deal with problems when they come, not if they come.
So that patients can continue to receive safe aesthetic surgeries with positive outcomes.
Aesthetic surgery is safe, and hundreds of thousands of these are happening every day. And because of recent things in Iowa, I want people to know that just because there are some negative events that you hear about and that you have heard about, doesn't mean that that's changing the overall picture of aesthetic surgery in Iowa, and it is safe.
Reporting for WHO 13 News, I'm Lindsay Burrell.
You can also look up your surgeon on the Iowa Board of Medicine website. There you can check licensing, specialties, and past disciplinary action.